At 6, 1 year removed from a controversial law going into effect that some leaders said would let criminals run rampant in the Metro East. Now those critics are eating their words.
Illinois no longer has cash bail, meaning violent offenders stay locked up and low-level offenders walk free. But how exactly is that working so far? First Alert 4's Deion Broxton did the research.
First Alert 4 was there a year ago when St. Clair County jail officials released this man on the first day of cash bail ending in Illinois.
What I've seen is actual due process happening every day.
St. Clair County Public Defender Kathy McElroy says the workload is up for the courts, but suspects are getting more effective counsel.
People get charged, they get to see a lawyer right away. Before, it would be maybe 30 days, 40 days before we actually talked to somebody that was in custody.
When the SAFE-T Act went into effect last September, opponents said criminals would not be held accountable. Right before Illinois ended cash bail last September, the jail population here in St. Clair County hovered around 500 inmates. Now, in August of 2024, that population is around 400 inmates.
Nonviolent people that are maybe charged with drug possession or retail theft, maybe a first offense, those people aren't being detained anymore.
Under the law, suspects can't be held in custody for lesser nonviolent charges. For more serious charges, suspects can't be released, or prosecutors and criminal defense lawyers can persuade a judge if someone should or shouldn't be held.
People charged with things like murder or armed robbery or predatory criminal sexual assault, those people are all being held now without bond until their case is resolved. Whereas before, you're talking 30, 40, 50% of people in those types of very violent cases were released because they could afford to post bond.
Back in June, Madison County Prosecutor Tom Hain provided First Alert 4 with examples of two men who committed more crimes after a judge ruled against Hain's request to keep the men in custody. McElroy says examples like these happen, but it is usually for lower-level offenses like theft.
The less time they spend in jail, the less we have to pay for them to be in jail.
McElroy says crime appears to be comparable after the end of cash bail. St. Clair County Chief Judge Andrew Gleason agreed, even though he says there's limited data. He said the law seems to be working because most suspects are returning for court dates. Deion Broxton, First Alert 4.
Madison County Prosecutor Tom Hain, who opposed this law, says he won't comment on the legislation until more data is collected. The St. Clair County prosecutor did not return a request for comment.